the audience please rise? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our dearest Father in heaven, we're so grateful for the chance to be here at graduation. We're so grateful for our many opportunities and all that we've been blessed with being able to graduate today. Please guide us on our journey after this, wherever we may go, that we can be able to be blessed throughout it and find our way. We're so grateful for all that we have, and we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Please be seated. Honored candidates for graduation and distinguished guests, on behalf of the District Governing Board, it is my privilege to welcome you to Eastern Arizona College's 122nd Annual Commencement. It is my privilege to announce tonight that we are making history. This is the largest graduating class in the history of Eastern Arizona College. We have 467 qualified to graduate. That is 101 more than last year. That's a 27% increase in 1 year. I wish to recognize dignitaries seated on the front row of the stage from your left. Mrs. Marianne Rowley, member of the District Governing Board. Mr. George Lord, President of the Alumni Association. Mrs. Jeannie Bryce, Provost. Representative Tom Forese, our honored guest speaker. Mr. Brent McEwen, the Executive Vice President. Mrs. JoAnn Morales, the faculty guest speaker. Mr. Richard Mattice, Chairman of the District Governing Board. Mrs. Lois Ann Moody, member of the District Governing Board. And Mr. Dennis Layton, member of the District Governing Board. We call your attention to the honor stoles being worn by many members of the graduating class. The gold honor stoles trimmed in purple are worn by those students with the highest grade point averages during their attendance at Eastern Arizona College. Also, the solid gold honor stoles are worn by members of the graduating class who are members of the EAC chapter of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. We salute all these honor graduates for their accomplishments. Behind me on the stage are members of Eastern's faculty and administrative corps. These professionals are truly the institution's most treasured resource. Please join me in acknowledging Eastern's dedicated professionals with a round of applause. Tonight, I am pleased to recognize Eastern's outstanding Fine Arts Division for assistance with this evening's commencement activities. Please join me in acknowledging these individuals with a round of applause. We would also like to express our appreciation to Curtis Landscaping for the plants and trees, and to EAC Maintenance Department for the hard work they put in to make this ceremony a success. In a special commencement tradition, members of the Eastern Arizona Junior College class of 1962 are celebrating their 50th reunion today. We are honored with their presence. Would they stand, and let's give them a warm welcome. Each graduation day, Eastern Arizona College celebrates student progress and academic achievement. Eastern salutes our new candidates for graduation and wishes each of you continued success. You give us cause for high expectations and great hope for the future. At the conclusion of this ceremony, a reception in your honor will take place at the Gila Hanks Pavilion at the south end of the stadium. All graduates and guests are invited to attend. We shall now hear from Mr. George Lord, President of the Eastern Arizona College Alumni Association. Following Mr. Lord, we will be favored with a special musical number entitled Comedian's Gallop, performed by the EAC Symphony Orchestra under the direction of Mr. Franklin Alvarez. Mrs. Jeannie Bryce, Provost, will then introduce our student and faculty speakers.
Thank you, President Bryce. Good evening. My name is George Lord, President of the Eastern Arizona College Alumni Association, of which all of you graduates are now members. I'd like to extend my congratulations to all the graduates for their special achievements, as well as to the parents, families, and friends for their support of the graduates while they were in school. Like you, I'm a graduate of Eastern Arizona, 1966. I was born and raised south of Tucson in the wonderful, beautiful desert. I arrived in Thatcher in late August of 1964. That was less than a week since the time I left my duty station in the Navy at a place called Kamisea, located in the rice paddies of central Japan. I was most thankful for the work the Eastern Arizona College Admissions Office did to help me get my orders to Vietnam canceled, and instead I was released from my duty and ended up in Thatcher. I was very grateful. As you might imagine, coming to Thatcher, Arizona from a foreign military setting was just a little bit of a culture shock for me. My first stop was at the old main building, where I was sure everything was in order for my registration. My first surprise was when I found out the college mascot was a Gila monster, because growing up in the desert, we had a pet Gila monster. So I thought it was very appropriate. My second stop was at as one of the first residents of the new Mark Allen Hall. This building was named for Mark Allen, who was a lifetime employee of EA, and he would later be my boss for my job on the outdoor maintenance crew. In my first week in Thatcher, I met two of the most important and influential people in my life. The first one was Mr. Wayne McGrath, who would be both my basketball coach and mentor by example for carrying out effective leadership with integrity and respect. Wayne McGrath would later become president of the Eastern Arizona College and the first leader of the Arizona Community College system. Wayne McGrath, I've said before, and I'll probably say it again, was the finest man I ever met. The high-tech center building on North Campus is named in his honor. I also met Mr. Paul Gateau, the college president, and the gymnasium and wellness center are named in his honor. That first week in EA, the second important person I met was Phyllis Martin, who was from Morenci, Arizona, who in 1968 would become Phyllis Lord and my wife and life partner. In later years, Phyllis and I would often reflect on our many and special experiences at EA. Phyllis and I graduated together in May of 1966. Our commencement speaker was a gentleman named Barry Goldwater, is a 5-time U.S. Senator who ran in 1964 for President of the United States, unsuccessfully against Lyndon Johnson. The degree I received from Eastern Arizona College was the cornerstone to my first professional job and the foundation for continuing my education at the University of Arizona. Although I graduated some time ago, my ties to EA have only gotten stronger, and I'm proud to be an active member of the Eastern Arizona College Alumni Association. The Alumni Association, of which all of you are new graduates, are now members, I'm telling you again just to remind you, supports a lot of activities, including reunions, such as the 50th anniversary of graduating class we had today for the class of 1962, and they're annually held in conjunction with commencement exercises. The Alumni Association also sponsors other types of reunions for past groups of classes, as well as sports, band, choir, and drama groups as applicable. A major event, the 125th anniversary of Eastern Arizona College, is in the planning stages for 2013. The association also prepares the Heligram newsletter that is published biannually for Eastern Arizona College alumni, and now it's nearly 28,000 people on distribution. We look forward to including news about your future achievements there, so please keep us informed of your successes and the major changes in your life. The Alumni Association works in conjunction with the Eastern Arizona College Foundation. That entity helps raise funds for scholarship to provide the opportunity for higher education to students who may not otherwise be able to attend EAC. Many of you graduating tonight understand the importance of scholarships in helping achieve your educational goals. Over 400 great people in the graduating class today receive some type of scholarship assistance. Currently, approximately 146 scholarships are available to new and existing students through the donations to the Eastern Arizona College Alumni Association and Foundation. I feel privileged to be a member of the Alumni Association Scholarship Selection Committee. It's very rewarding to see many well-qualified but needy students given the chance to achieve their educational dreams because they are awarded one of these scholarships. On the other hand, it is always disappointing for the committee to see well-deserving and capable applicants that are not awarded scholarships due to insufficient scholarships and insufficient funds. At the conclusion of our Scholarship Selection Committee session this year, we observed that if each of the nearly 28,000 alumni contributed just $10, that would make $280,000 to help aspiring students. That would be a long ways toward helping the many aspiring students left out of the current scholarship process. Support for scholarships can be done by submitting donations of all amounts to the foundation. When Phyllis and I started off, we donated small amounts. This is all we could afford. Over the years, we were able to gradually increase the amount we could afford a little more. When our beloved Phyllis passed away in 2003, my daughter Cheryl and I decided the best way to commemorate her amazing life was to dedicate a scholarship here at EA in her name. The Phyllis Martin Lord Scholarship is an example of scholarships that recognize an individual but will support the education of EA students forever. It may not be as visible as having a building named after someone, but the Memorial Scholarship dedication has certainly been a most rewarding experience for me and my family. Please consider helping with the scholarship fundraising program here at Eastern Arizona College, even if you just start off with a $10 amount. I also encourage you to be active alumni and maintain contact with EAC through the Eastern Arizona College webpage, or that very old-fashioned medium, snail mail. If you are able, consider volunteering, especially to help our 125th Reunion Committee and our hardworking chairperson, Molly Steffens. The 125th Reunion is scheduled for the fall of 2013. I'm proud to be an active alumnus of Eastern Arizona College. Please join me in our continued support for our great institution. In closing, I'd like to remind the graduates tonight that we have something in common. We have all shared the special educational benefits from multiple generations of highly qualified and committed educators and administrators here at Eastern Arizona College. I believe we, who benefit so much from this education process, have some obligation to pay for it going forward. Again, congratulations to all the graduates and their families on their joint achievements. To all the graduates, I would especially extend my best wishes for your continued success and happiness in the next chapter of your life, whatever and wherever that may be. Good evening and a special thank you.
Honor to introduce this year's speakers for our commencement ceremony. They are Brittany Whiting, representing the graduating class, and Faculty Representative JoAnn Morales. Brittany Whiting, daughter of Larry and Nancy Titus, was raised in Thatcher and Snowflake, Arizona. She is graduating tonight with an associate's degree in general studies. In her coursework at EAC, Brittany has maintained a perfect 4.0 grade point average while still finding time to get married to Court Whiting of St. John's, who is also graduating tonight. She has been a member of the volleyball team for the past 2 years and helped EAC to the national tournament for the second year in a row. Brittany was awarded the honor for the from the athletic department for being the athlete with the highest GPA at EAC. Brittany is planning on transferring to Pima Medical Institute in Mesa to study to be an X-ray technician. We expect great things for her in the future and wish her every success. JoAnn Morales, instructor in the Social Science Division, will speak tonight representing the faculty. Mrs. Morales is a native of Arizona, specifically Thatcher. She obtained her associate's degree from Eastern Arizona College, a Bachelor of Science degree from Northern Arizona University, and a Master of Education degree from Northern Arizona University. Her teaching experience includes 7 years teaching kindergarten and 14 years here at EAC. Mrs. Morales has served as Social Science Division Chair for the past 8+ years. She currently serves on the First Things First Graham Greene Council and the Thatcher High School Scholarship Foundation. Mrs. Morales and her husband, Ramon, have 3 wonderful children and 2 adorable grandchildren. Mrs. Morales enjoys living in the Gila Valley and working at Eastern Arizona College. We will now hear from our speakers in the order they have been introduced. Please join with me in providing our speakers a warm welcome. Graduation
graduation was about to come up, so Dr. Skinner knew he needed to ask someone to speak. He figured he would just do the usual and ask the smartest person in the class. When he asked her, however, she said no. He didn't know what to do then. How was he going to get people to still come to graduation? Then it came to him. He would ask the best-looking person in class. Everyone loves pretty people, so he decided to ask her. But in turn, she still turned him down. Not knowing who he was going to get to speak, he started to panic. Finally, he decided to ask the most humblest person in the class, somebody that everyone will like. Well, finally, the third time he asked me, I said yes. I would like to welcome Chairman McTice, board members, President Bryce, Executive Vice President McEwen, faculty, fellow classmates, and most importantly, family and friends. I take this time to thank those of you who have helped me to get to this moment, all my teachers, leaders, friends, and family. I'd also like to thank all of you for your support in helping us, this graduating class of 2012, to get to this point to where we are today. I'm sure we have all done it before, and there's no need in denying it. It's people watch. As I do this, and I realize while I'm sitting there, that there is not one of us that are alike. People are different, and they should be different. That's what makes us unique. We have different cultures and backgrounds. We listen to different music, dress ourselves with our own sense of style. We have different likes and dislikes, talents and skills, and etc. But whatever our differences may be, we are all here today for one purpose, to graduate and view our success here at EAC. I know that most, if not all of you, have at one point in your life read a book by Dr. Seuss. He tells us great counsel in this book, "Oh, the places you will go." Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the person who decides where to go. In volleyball, Coach K has a famous quote, "It's a choice." And let me tell you, at times it got old and annoying. And to still ingrain it into our minds, she put it on every single shirt we had. Though pestering at times, the saying is true. It's a choice. We already knew what we're supposed to do, and it was a choice to do it and follow through. Here now, we have the choice to move on with our education, to start our careers, or even a family. But whatever it may be, we have the choice. When times get hard, whether your boss is annoying by making you color code his paper clips, or there seems no way to pass this unforgiving teacher's class, it's still a choice. It's a choice to pick it up and have a good attitude. When it all comes down, it comes down to the choice. We have the choice to steer ourselves in any direction we choose. At this time, I'd like to ask the audience to please look down at our graduating class of 2012. Eleanor Roosevelt once advised, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." We are looking at the future here. You are looking at a future of doctors, physicists, teachers, engineers, lawyers, nurses, artists, athletes, businessmen, musicians, dentists, and the list could go on. Unique as we are, you are looking at a class that will make a difference. You are looking at a class that will choose to steer themselves in the direction of their dreams. And I say to choose to follow your dreams and turn them into realities. I hope your dreams take you to the corners of your smiles, to the highest of your hopes, to the windows of your opportunities, and to the most special places your heart has ever known. You have worked hard and have come so far from the point in which we have started several years ago. Wherever you go or wherever you may be, do not let the grasp of your dreams slip away. Always have that sheer determination to follow your dreams, even when there seems no hope. Therefore, throughout the centuries, there are men and women who took first steps down new roads, armed with nothing but their own vision. Choose to be that person. As Dr. Seuss concludes, and will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Remember, class, you have a brain in your head and feet in your shoes. So choose to follow your dreams. Congratulations, class of 2012. Today is your day. Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. Reading glasses on first. President Bryce, members of the Governing Board, Class of 2012, honored guests, family, and friends, welcome. I am honored and very humbled to speak on behalf of the faculty, and I will do my best to pass on words of inspiration to you. First of all, I want to congratulate each of you on your success. As faculty, we recognize the dedication and commitment you put forward to achieve your goal of graduating from Eastern Arizona College. As faculty, we too are proud of your successes, as many of us have laughed, cried, and celebrated your achievements right alongside you. As I was preparing this speech, I came across some words of wisdom, a metaphor I enjoyed and one that rang true for me. It's by Ruth Weisheimer. She said, her favorite animal is the turtle. The reason is that in order for the turtle to move, it has to stick its neck out. She said that there are going to be times in your life when you're going to have to stick your neck out. There will be challenges, and instead of hiding in a shell, you have to go out and meet them. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Jewish word chutzpah, but it's a word you might consider familiarizing yourself with. To live life at its fullest, you have to have the chutzpah to accept challenges. You don't need nerves of steel. I'm not saying that sometimes you won't be shaking in your boots after accepting some major challenge, like I am right now giving this speech, but you can't let that stop you. It really is better to fail than not to try, because if you never try, you'll never succeed. And as bad as failure feels, success feels so much better. Today is a day of celebration, a day to celebrate all the hard work that got you to this place where you sit, kind of sweltering in that gown. Today is a day of thanks, a day to thank all the people that helped you get here, the people who nurtured you and taught you, who held your hand, who dried your tears. Today is a day of reflection. As you leave Eastern Arizona College tonight, you leave not just with an education, but you take your place amongst the fortunate. Some of you came here from families where education was expected and emphasized. Others of you had to overcome far more obstacles to get here, and today you became the very first member of your family to graduate from college. What an amazing accomplishment. But no matter where you started, as of today, you are all privileged. You are privileged in the most important sense of the word, which is that you have almost boundless opportunity in front of you. So, the question is, what are you going to do with it? What will you do with this education you worked so hard to achieve? What in the world needs to change? And what part do you plan on playing in order to change it? Are you going to stick your neck out? Growing up, I certainly never thought I'd be an instructor at EAC. You see, I grew up in Thatcher, just 1 block from here to be exact. I'm the youngest of 8 and came from a background with scarce resources. I used to ride my bike and roller skate, and no, not the skates with the funny little skate key, but the cool white boots with the red stopper on the front, on the sidewalks next to the Math and Science Building. The Math and Science Building used to have a great covered breezeway which connected 2 buildings with a large lecture hall. If you're familiar with roller derby, you understand the concept of whipping one of your teammates around the ring with great speed in order to pass your opponents and score. Well, I often skated with an older brother, and we liked to pretend we were professional roller derby skaters. I had to remember to focus, because if I didn't adjust my turn and lean at the right time, The wall and that great breezeway became my closest companion. Those simple but very important adjustments often saved me. I knew learning to make adjustments would benefit me someday. I used to think about graduating from high school and dream of someday attending EAC. It was a path I had never predicted or planned. But while I may not have always known where I was heading, I had focus and faith. I learned at an early age, if you believe in yourself, others will too. And if you have confidence in who you are, there's no end to what you can accomplish. John F. Kennedy once said, "Let us think of education as the means of developing our greatest abilities, because in each of us there is a private hope and dream, which fulfilled can be translated into benefit for everyone and greater strength for our nation." Education is an issue that touches everyone's life. So wherever I go, people want to talk shop with me. A few weeks ago, one of the women at my hairdresser's told me she was about to become the first person in her family to graduate from college. I could relate to her statement because I was the second child of 8 in my family with a degree from Eastern Arizona College and the only child to earn a master's degree. She had the same excitement and pride I felt after my first college degree. Next year, many of you will head back to school to continue your education. Some of you will return to your careers. Others of you will start entirely new ones. But today, my advice to you is this: keep learning, because you never know what life has in store for you next. You're going to walk off the stage today and you're going to start your adult life. Start out by aiming high. Like everyone here, I have great hopes for the members of this graduating class. I hope you find the true meaning, contentment, and passion in your life. I hope that you navigate the hard times and you come out with greater strength and resolve. I hope that whatever balance you seek, you find it with your eyes wide open, because it's easy to get caught up in life's routines. Take time to pause and make sure you're living life and life isn't living you. Have a plan, but don't be afraid to improvise. Get off that beaten path. Explore the detours and back roads. Don't be in such a hurry to get where you're going that you miss some amazing scenery along the way. No matter what you do in life, I want to encourage all of you to find some way to give back. The impact of that choice will not only improve the lives of others, it will expand and enrich yours as well. But now more than ever, we can't afford to fall behind the times. That means we all must be lifelong learners. And those of you graduating here today know that better than anyone. So go forward, believe in yourself, never give up, stick your neck out, and may today be the beginning of a new journey, a great adventure, and a life lived well and with purpose. I know that it's a big challenge and responsibility, a really daunting task, but you can do it. You can stick your neck out. So go home tonight and ask yourselves, what would I do if I weren't afraid? And then go do it. That's just a little sampling of advice. You may be thinking about the advice your own parents and grandparents have given you, or the advice you give your own kids. Well, when they choose to listen, that is. Hang with me, because I want to leave you with one final thought. If there's one lesson you should learn today, it's not to waste one precious second of your life. You should never say, "I'm bored, I'm tired," or "there's nothing to do." There's so much to do that you can't possibly let 1 second slip by that's not filled to the brim. For example, there are something like 130,000 books published in this country every single year. They might not all be worth reading, but let's face it, you're not even going to make a dent in a pile that size. Or if you look at the newspaper, there's always a movie to go to, and there are sporting events to take part in or friends to see. I would go on and on. I know my speech is one of the last things standing between you, your degrees, and your well-deserved celebrations. Here is a poem by a coach named Mike Seeley that I read in a magazine. What am I? I am a teacher. What can I do? I can expose you to ideas, but I cannot tell you what to think. I can guide you, but you must discover the limits of your own potential. I can encourage you, but your greatest fulfillment must come from within. I can listen to you, but I will not tell you what to say. I can look with you, but I cannot tell you what you will see. I can move with you, but I cannot tell you what to feel. I can speak with you, but I cannot tell you what to hear. I can do some things with you, but you can do more with yourself. I can guide you on the path of discovery, but I cannot tell you the answer. Thank you, and congratulations.
Tonight's honored guest speaker, Tom Forese, visits us from the Mesa, Arizona East Valley area, where he represents the 21st District in the Arizona House of Representatives. Mr. Forese was born in Boston, and after living in various cities in this country and also overseas, he decided in 1998 to make Arizona his permanent home. Since moving here, he has been and continues to be involved in higher education and small business affairs in the state of Arizona. He received his college education at Brigham Young University in Idaho, majoring in marketing. He has long been an advocate for small business and was a founding member and president of the Arizona Small Business Institute. During that time, he and others worked diligently to make sure the Arizona legislature studied the impact on small businesses for any bills under consideration. It was while working with the legislature that he decided to run for office, as he felt a strong voice for both education and small business was needed. Mr. Forese was elected to the Arizona House of Representatives in 2010 and currently serves on the Appropriations Committee, Government Committee, and as chairman of the Higher Education, Innovation, and Reform Committee. Mr. Forese has been instrumental in assisting Eastern Arizona College in keeping the state funding necessary for us to operate. In addition to his duties in the legislature, he serves on the governor's Arizona Ready Education Council. As confirmation of the good work he is doing, the Arizona Chamber of Commerce and Industry voted him Freshman Legislator of the Year in 2011. Mr. Forese has worked in commercial real estate and as principal in an educational software company. He started and ran a successful public relations firm and currently works as a consultant for an international educational sales company. In his spare time, when he can find any, Mr. Forese is a family man and an accomplished musician. While he is proud of his accomplishments and his contributions to the state of Arizona and elsewhere, he is most proud of his lovely wife, Casey, and their 4 children. Please join me in welcoming Representative Tom Forese to Eastern Arizona College.
President Bryce, I feel like I'm at my funeral. That was some introduction. I have no fear of public speaking, but I'm scared to death of boring you and not being relevant. So I am going to intermix some self-effacing stories and some advice that I hope you'll consider. And I've been given 15 minutes. I'm going to try to get it done in 12. What an honor to be here. Graduates, faculty, parents, relatives, the amazing President Bryce. I want to say a hearty congratulations to the graduating class of 2012. Congratulations. I attended school in Idaho, and the campus in Idaho reminds me an awful lot of your campus here. And I was at an evening like this. The weather was very similar, and I was thinking of this experience as I was walking up here tonight. A good friend of mine, she was about 5 foot tall, one of my best friends in college, and I could see her heading in the other direction away from me from across the quad at school. And I ran top speed as fast as I could, which is not very fast, as fast as I could, and I threw my arms around her, and I picked her up, and I spun her around, she was fighting to get away, and when I put her down, I realized that it was not the person that I thought. Well, not a whole lot has changed. I still find myself regularly doing things that I know that if I don't laugh at, someone else will. And I think that's pretty good advice in life, that you learn to laugh at yourself. Because surely when you don't, others start to conspire. I was asked as I was walking up if I was the student speaker. I'm 38 years old. There are times when I feel like I'm 60 because I have a pretty busy schedule. So whereas someone might be insulted by that, I'll take it. I think that's to be considered one of your peers is such an honor, and I intend to ride that out for the rest of the evening and probably lie to a few people that I see throughout town and see if they'll buy it. But it reminds me of, because of being the chairman of higher education, I have to meet with the university presidents on a regular basis, and I had a meeting with ASU's president, Dr. Crow, a few weeks ago, and I got to the campus a little bit early, and I was feeling good. Session had just ended, and I had my time back, my schedule back, and I walked through campus a bit. And there was a gal that walked the other way, and she smiled at me, and I smiled back. I thought, okay. There was a group of guys with skateboards that walked by, and they smiled at me. I said, how you guys doing? And I thought, you know what? 38, but I still got it. And I sat down, and my entire pant leg was tucked into my sock. And I realized why they were all smiling at me. Needless to say, 38, and I think about when I was in your shoes, there's an awful lot that I have not accomplished in my life that I want to. And I've had an awful lot of failure. And my hope is that by sharing a few stories and experiences, I can get you to do two things. Whatever your goals and your sights are for life, I'd like you to raise them. I'd like you to learn how to dream and to dream big. But also, I'm hoping that you can commit tonight to be persistent. More persistent than the challenges that you'll come across in life. Because surely they will come. And I hope that you won't let them kill your dreams. I have 3 books that have had a tremendous effect on my life. Life is interesting. The world that we live in is interesting. We are not, as many predict, doomed for an inevitable decline in this country or in this state. We're simply not. And we can turn things around. And we can have a better economy and a better environment for our families and a better life. But one of the things that we need to adopt is an adaptive personality and the ability to meet our challenges and to recalibrate and to be able to meet those challenges with new skills and a new desire to overcome them. These 3 books and what I would consider a necessity in life, always learning and always being willing to be taught. These books are Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Happiness, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, and Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And briefly, I'd like to tell you a little bit about each book and what I think they can offer in terms of allowing you to reach your ultimate success and potential in life. Viktor Frankl is fascinating. Unbelievable story. He was a therapist in Austria. He was Jewish. He and his entire family were captured by the Germans, and they were put in concentration camps. And of his entire family, extended family, including his wife and his children, he and his sister were the only ones that ended up surviving. When I think of that, and when I read this book, it brings a feeling out of me, and I would imagine it out of each of you. And it's a very human feeling. It's the humanity that links all of us together. But I just got attacked by a mob. But even more human and more wonderful was his reaction to the concentration camp. What he learned and what he later taught people in becoming a specialized therapist for people that were considering committing suicide was that no matter what the Nazis did to him, no matter what physical torment and punishment they can enact on him, they could not change the way he internalized it. Think about that for a minute. No matter what life does to you, you have a core human choice on how you will react, how you will feel about it, and what that's going to make you inside. Will it make you a monster? It certainly could have done that to him. Will it make you give up? Because many did that, and he writes about it in his book, how he watched people who simply gave up. Their willingness to fight was gone, and then they died. But they held that power to live in their life, and they gave up, and their life followed. But of everything in the book that I hope you'll read, Man's Search for Happiness by Viktor Frankl, he says that happiness in life doesn't come from what you have. It doesn't come from the games that you win or the accomplishments that you may be able to rack up in your life, but it comes from attaching yourself to something that's bigger than yourself. And that can be a family, that can be a business, that can be serving your community, it can mean a lot of things. Whatever it means, it's going to be unique to you. But I think that's an important thing to attach to in life, the very human quality. What's most wonderful, I think, about being human. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Nobody cares about you. That is one of the raw truths in life. Now, it's not completely true. Some people care about you. My mother cares about me. She tells people how great I am. And my wife likes me and she cares about me. My kids care about me. But the truth of it is, largely your success in life is to stop thinking about yourself. And success with other people is to start looking at the lives around you and the people around you and caring about them and becoming an expert about them. Understanding what makes them tick, understanding why they do the things they do, understanding what's important to them. If you understand what's important about the people around you, in your family, at church, in business, in any environment, then you are on the path to success. Because true success is learning how to help others around you achieve their dreams and accomplish their goals. And that book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is wonderful. It's a great read. Lastly, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's got a horrible name. But he has a few lessons in this book that are fantastic. And there's a practice that he asks the readers of the book to do. And one, I hope that you'll dream big, that you'll look past what you think your accomplishments are in life, and you'll start to think about new possibilities. How good could I be? What could I really accomplish in life? And then you take a piece of paper, and you hold it wide, and you write it down on the far side of the paper. When I first did this, I wrote the kind of woman that I wanted to marry. And then I started to get pictures of actresses that I thought were hot. And I started to put them on my wall. I know that sounds a bit juvenile, but I bought into this. I bought into it. I bought into this whole process. I started to think about the job that I wanted to have, the future that I wanted to have. I started to think about what makes me happy, and I wrote these things down on the far side of the paper. Then you draw a line, and you draw an X to where you are right now, and you write loser underneath it. No, you don't. But you draw a line to it, and you come up with your best educated guess. What is the pathway from where I am now to all of my hopes and dreams that I want to accomplish? And you start to write down along this timeline your best educated guess on how to get from where you are now to where you want to go. And then you fail. And you fail miserably. And you pick yourself back up. And you recreate the timeline. And you find people that are living your dream. You find people that have accomplished the things that you want to. And you show them your drawing. And say, how do I bridge this gap? How do I get to where I'm trying to go? And what I found is that journey along that line and connecting those dots is where my happiness comes from. And that is the greatest source of happiness. Because what I found is that for my wife and my children and our friends that are coming along on this journey, it hasn't become about the destination. It is the journey. Each one of you has a unique fingerprint. Your unique fingerprint is not the only thing that's this unique about you. Your potential and your dreams and your unique challenges in life are also singular to you. Also, one of the things that makes us all connected together as human beings is having that uniqueness and then that bond together and that humanity in common. I want to end with an experience that I had when I was here a few months ago. I got to tour the nursing facility, and Dr. Bryce showed me his vision for where this school was headed. And I had a great experience, and I got to see that vision and understand it. And throughout our school, we have a real dilemma with the economy, with education, but we have pockets of excellence. And I see the potential of this school, and that this is a pocket of excellence, and that you have something very proud to be proud of in being graduates of this school. And yet, what you will see this school become in your lifetime, I think exceeds really any of our visions. Because throughout the world, there is a flight to quality. And because of the high stature of this school, I think that we will continue to see it grow to the point where it becomes a fourth university in the state. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for letting me be a part of your graduation today, and I wish you all the best.
Executive Vice President Brent McEwen will now present the class of 2012 to Board Chairman Matthijs.
Chairman Matthijs, I hereby present the candidates to receive the associate degree.
President Bryce, members of the District Governing Board, candidates for graduate, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and privilege to accept the Eastern Arizona class of 2012. The Board, by virtue of the authority vested in it by law, and on recommendation of the college faculty, do hereby accept candidates for the associate degree. Brittany Whiting. Juan D. Sandoval. David Lyle Gannett. Jamal Green. Cloris Whitney Lewis. Krisha Lynn Granatowski. Debbie Lee Hinton. Bobby Ortega. Sarah Janelle Gilson. Melissa April Gertler. Carly M. Aguirre. Justin R. Peck. Brandon L. Porter. Leonardo D. Prieto. Michael Andrew Espinoza. Nicole Marie Horn. Andrea Monica Sanchez. Mario Rodolfo Pedregon. Jonathan Michael Couts. Isabel Calderon. Ashley A. Tor. Ismael Martinez. Megan Ruth Olivar. Ursula Cosillon Olivar. Michelle Rose Reese. Beatrice Elaine Villalba. Anna Katarzyna Stikowski. Crystal Marie James. Esteban Miguel Carmona. Marcia C. Reston. Otis J. Reston. Patty Marie Stoll. Ernesto Marquez. Nelson Mitchell. Robert S. Waite. Yolanda R. Lopez. Alisa Marie Macias. Michael Anthony Castro. Clara Sue Hoyle. Larissa Elise Buse. Cassandra Schechter. Denisa Jeffers Massey. Leticia Marie Belvado. Marilita Logan. Dustin Thomas Wilson. Nicole Monica Bertoldo. Callie I. Ullery. Princess Jessica Smith. Linda Ann Wilson. Yesha Aisha Janae Kotali. Geraldine Rose Williams. Alicia Wynn Henio. Chastity M. Wilson. Miguel A. Ramirez. Delray Lamar Hampton. Moses Javon Rollins. Ryan Lee Olson. Sarah Beth Perkins. Summer Darlene Smith. Porter D. Hughes. Audrey L. Hughes. Rosanna Decker. Jennifer Rosemary Jules. Shelley Marie Jackson. Heidi B. Engler. David Curtis Weech. Brittany R. Clough. Shay P. Clough. Layla Fox. Elise Justina Charlie. Tiana Faith Piper. Amanda Stewart. Tara D. Whittle. Amber Gail Molyneux. Amanda Alwyn. Joshua Phil McDonald. Nicole J. Efros. Laura Michelle Thaxton. Tisha Marie Polkabla. Brendan Ashley Beraldy. Joshua Todd Waker. Amanda Catherine Martinez. Victoria Nicole Chavez. Cameron Aubin Goss. Liliana Justine Cabrera. Nicholas Carter Wilson. Daria Lade. Jake Brock. Kylie Tewila Istikawa. Reed Yapo Ramos. Sarah R. Keys. Ashley Nicole De Leon. Arcadia Di Pilar Leon. Bridget Ruth Linford. Laura Ann Daniels. Roxanne Cobos. Melinda Ann Lopez Holguin. Sandra D. Apodaca. James Charles Armstrong. Amanda Rose Montano. Kaylee Shay Jones. Monica Abril Corona. Ann Goodman. Stephanie Shamie McKinney. Colt McKinney. Richard Nelson Curtis. Amanda Weech. Eric Scott Johnston. Vanessa Marie Alexandra Beranek. Ethan McCrae. J. Michael McEwen. Christopher Gabriel Franco. Santiago Nunez Jr. Francie F. Harris. Mercedes Leanne Wilson. Amy Linnell Ballard. Stephanie Ann Elms. Michael Robinson McKelvey. Mark William Johnson. Robert T. Harris.
Aren't you excited?
Marcos Alberto Alvarez. Anna Morelli Ledesma. Evelyn Garcia. Cisne Valenzuela Beltran. Natalia Garcia. Caitlin Nolani Casperson. Joshua D. Rapier. Cody Brianne Porter. Allison Marie Tupper. Marcus W. Roberts. James Guy Yellowhorse. Kelsey Lynette Crosby. Lisa E. Williams. Cassie Marie Montoya. Laura Batra Johnson. Rochelle Marie Tokalai. Esram Aram Estrada. Jose Ramon Estrada. Iza Sarahi Delson. Gil A. Alvarez. Paul Charles Novitsky. Gary Lynn Novitsky. Nico H. Bonifacio. Tiffany Marie Milner. Jessica Kathleen Spoon. Joni Marie Kennedy. Heidi Van Skoik. Erica Luna. Kelly Marie Lamoureux. Lana R. Chesley. Sylvia Lynn Piotr. Mella Matthias Christiansen. Susan D. Perkins Wade. Marissa F. Borhon. Mary A. Schwartz. Andrea Elizabeth Stanley. Brian Chester Scott. Devin Dexter Rodriguez. Olivia Jean Holt. Heather Gertler. Deidre L. Hancock. Courtney Shea Despain. Lisa M. Sanders. Heather Martin. Giselle C. Richens. Haley Jane Larson. Christina Lauren King. Christopher Aaron Carroll. Andrea F. Carroll. Jessica M. Russell. Rusty Serpa. Lijani Miranda. Deborah Lynn Claridge. Robert H. Shermer. Jeffrey R. Bond. Anais Bone. Jacqueline Rose Villalba. Julie May Garrett. Stephen D. Garcia. Molly K. Hinton. Carrie Beth Lyon. Carrie L. Garrett. David K. Nicholas. Leah Elizabeth Welker. Melissa Louise Rawlings. Cheryl Ann Graver. Sarah Jane Berman. Abram P. Yarbrough. Jennifer Lynn Hakes. David Spencer Hakes. Dakota Phil McBride. Kelsey Lynn Lyon. Devin Scott Sanders. Mary Charlotte Allred. Alexis E. Sakalaris. Shane Cabot Finch. Erica Louise Finch. Cambria Marie Stradling. Donna Shantay Stradling. Charlene Keeney. Travis Dale Skinner. Kaylee Griffin. Keith Vincent Payne. Shauna Curtis Payne. James David Clark. Alexandria E. Durant. Teresa Elaine Johnson. Caitlin Paige Hunt. Catherine Ann Lawhorn. Christopher A. Wood. Haley Maureen Knoll. Shelby Morgan Miller. Hannah Lindsay Stewart. Brennan A. Engel. Annalie Ellis. Mitchell Wade Spencer. Amanda Jean Maines. Alexa J. Overstreet. Amanda R. Freshour. Leslie Brittany Stevens. Michonne C. Hancock. Ethan P. McBride. Kaylee J. Wright. Charlene Alexandra Wood. Jacqueline Hardy. Jessica Lee Johns. Selena R. Scroggins. Vanessa R. Green. Randall Dale Klontz. Bianca Patricia Melford. Darren Theodore Wall. Haley Ray Householder. Joseph Cord Whiting.
Sarah J. Girl.
Jessica E. Rourke. Roberto Ordaz Gonzalez. Eric Vasquez. Landon R. Williams. Jennifer C. Averett. Landon John Montier. Tanner J. Montier. Raymond Reyes. Joyce Richardson. Erlene Ann Brown. Davis Jean Kempton.
Love you, Davis!
Jacob A. Klontz. Brian Scott Bohat. Michael Christopher Decker. Melinda M. Pearson. Tasha Leanne Sissom. Allie Mae Tolman.
Please stand for singing of our alma mater.
College and for the education that we've been able to receive while we've been here. We're grateful for all the support that we've been able to receive from friends and family, and please help us on our journey after we leave EAC and say something in your respect statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes tonight's ceremony. Remember the refreshments over here. Go Monsters!